Here we have a fiery adversary event and the dialogue. Welcome back, people, to Zealman's Wizarding World. Okay, we have an adversary event which is coming immediately after the brilliant event, so no time to breathe. And yes, it's going to be a bit of a fiery one. So this one starts January 19th at 7 PM, so immediately after the brilliant event. We have boosted adversaries on the map, and that is the ancient Hungarian Horntail. We also have Draco and Fenrir boosted as well, but not so much. To be honest, I see a lot of Draco and Fenrir anyway. But anyway, Master Notes will reduce brewing time by 50% on all Extimulo potions, and that there is a guaranteed exploration foundable, that's your main registry, when doing wizarding challenges in Forest 4 or above. In addition, there is extra wizarding XP, extra challenge XP, and spell energy rewards, and the old free store pack. So rewards include Defense Against Dada books, spell energy, edible dark marks, gold, and more. More means just basically ingredients and stuff like that. So our tasks are defeat 35 foes in wizarding challenges, find 2 wit sharpening gifts. They still seem to be boosted at the moment. So your best bet are greenhouses. I think you can also get them from fortresses, but they don't drop very often at all. So greenhouses was where I did it last time. It took me a good few goes, but hopefully from December we still have those boosted spawns still working. Use 1 edible dark mark, earn 1500 challenge XP through wizarding challenges and or adversary chains. Use 7 Extimulo potions, any kind, in adversary combat. That should be quite a given, really, because you'll need to use them. Use 3 wit sharpening potions in adversary combat again. Kind of a given, you're going to do that as part of the course because they're quite difficult. Usually I run them both at the same time. Now, okay, so wit sharpening potion gives you 50% extra damage to what you normally deal. Extimulo potions do way more than that. So when people say, does wit sharpening potion do anything? It does, but it pales in comparison to a good old potion. It's also worth noting that wit sharpening potion will do 50% extra of your base damage. If you put potent on, it doesn't do 50% of your base damage and the potent extimulo. It's just the base damage anyway. So, yes. And then we also have to deal 20,000 damage to adversaries. That's not a lot. They have a lot of health, so you can do that in, well, it's less than 20 adversaries. Return 15 artifact fragments from ancient Hungarian Horntail chain. So when they say chain, you get the Hungarian Horntail at the end, and you get the 2 little guards or guardians before it. That is called a chain. Now, the artifact fragments it refers to, if you look at the pages in your registry, you'll have things like, I don't know, an egg or whatever. That is an artifact. So you get 1 from each of the first 2 foes, and you'll get 2 from the one at the end. So if you complete a chain, you'll get 3. So that seems quite easy. So what can you do to prepare for this event? Well, Extimulo potions, potent and strong Extimulos, definitely useful for this one, and also cash in on any wit sharpening gifts as well. And also, probably a good idea to make note of where your greenhouses are, and go and visit those. Now, in the UK, we are in a bit of a pickle, because we can only go out for exercise within your local area. So hopefully, if you open up your app, spin your map around, hopefully you're lucky enough to see a greenhouse within your local area. Please don't go travelling long distances. A Pokemon Go player got fined. They travelled 17 miles to play Pokemon Go. So if you do that to play Wizards Unite, you will get a fine. Maybe, if they catch you. But don't do it. Also, don't worry about use the edible dark mark one, because if you complete the earn 1500 challenge XP, you'll get an edible dark mark. So don't worry about that. You don't have to go and buy one. I think I've got 2 or 3 from adversaries. I don't do a lot of adversary combat because they don't really spawn around my house much. And if I'm going out, personally, for me, it takes me... I'm usually out when I'm out doing a brilliant event. And personally, it takes way too much time to do an adversary event when it's like 0 degrees outside and it's very, very cold. So I tend to sometimes do them if it's warmer, but if it's too cold, then I'm on a mission to get round, and I don't really have time for adversaries right now. In the summer I'll get cracking on them, or if they do any lethal adversary events, I'll be definitely on those. If you ever need a reminder about what the tasks are and how they work, check out the taskforcetimes.news. Yes, I forgot to put a link in below, and quite a few people asked me for the link. So yes, taskforcetimes.news is where to go for that. There's also the Task Force Times itself, which is the fictional newspaper, a bit of a laugh on the storylines and the things that are going on. So now onto dialogue. Yes, this is a spoiler segment. It's not a big, complex event like the brilliant ones. And the dialogue is pretty much just a starting dialogue and an ending dialogue. So I don't think spoilers are so much of a problem in this one. So if you're interested, carry on watching. If not, then I guess I'll catch you in the next video. So starting dialogue, Constance. Harry, we're seeing an explosion of adversary activity. Ancient Hungarian Horntails in particular are popping up all over the world, nesting in bank vaults, attacking muggle flying contraptions, setting palm trees on fire. It's a right mess out there. Attacking muggle flying contraptions, airplanes, etc. So funny. So anyway, Harry, that must be why I've been having so many nightmares about the first tasks of the Triwizarding tournament lately. The Unforgivable are harvesting my memories again. It's never a good sign. Constance. And apparently they figured out a way to create surge-like waves of adversary attacks from them. So that's just lovely, isn't it? Harry. I know things are less than ideal, Constance, but we'll get through this. Remember, there are more of us than there are of them. If we band together, we can put an end to this. Constance. You know what, Harry? You're absolutely right. Losing our heads now won't do us any good. Better to channel that energy into dueling adversaries and putting an end to this wave. Now the end dialogue. Constance. Well, we managed to withstand this wave of adversary attacks with only minor burns, so I'd call this operation a success, but I'm confused. I was convinced the Unforgivable's goal was to try and bring back Voldemort and the Death Eaters. But an ancient Hungarian Horntail, even an But an Hungarian Horntail, even an adversary-fied version, doesn't exactly fit that narrative, does it? Hermione. Perhaps Harry's efforts to block them are working, and they're not able to summon any other Death Eaters. Or they're trying to throw us off their trail. It's also equally possible we're misunderstanding their intentions completely. With the Unforgivable, it's hard to say for certain. See, I have a theory, because we had the previous event, the brilliant event, where we have the reporter from the French newspaper. Now, he is clearly working with someone who is a wizard, because he's evading capture. And I have read the second part of the storyline, so I'm not going to divulge that right now, although this is the spoiler part, so you'll see that in the next video anyway. But anywho, there is clearly someone who wants to expose the wizarding world, much like the whole Grindelwald type thing. So clearly, releasing an Hungarian Horntail is quite the spectacle to behold. So I'm pretty sure their intentions are to expose magic to the muggles. Yeah, seems that way to me, right? Constance, is it too much to ask for enemies who make their evil plans explicitly clear? Hermione, regardless of their true goal, one thing is clear. We cannot allow adversaries to continue to be brought into the world. So that's our adversary event. I do get sent these dialogues in advance, and I try not to read them, and I haven't read the last few in advance, and it does make me giggle. So I think the dialogue's worth it, right? It's quite funny. I don't think it's too difficult. I mean, the last time we had the problem with the witch sharpening potions. Hopefully it won't be a problem this time, because I think we may still be running improved spawns from December. Hopefully that keeps going for a little while longer, and we don't get stuck with the witch sharpening potion task again. So let me know in the comments below actually how the last one went for you, whether you were losing your wit over wit sharpening potions like I was, or whether it was a nice smooth sailing, and what you think of this one and the dialogue and stuff. Say, they're all kind of new events. They are not lethal adversaries yet, it's only the normal ones. So I think they're going to get warmed up and get these things finely tuned before they do the lethal ones. Either that, or they're going to make it last a very long time, or that, there's going to be like brilliant crescendo storyline, like with the Darkness Unleashed, and then something major is going to happen in the storyline, and then you'll get a lethal adversary, and it'll tail off back to normal adversaries, and then come up again like that. That's possibly what they're doing. That's what I would do if it was me. So remember, relax, sit back, stay safe, do the tasks if you can, stay local, and get your wands ready. Brush up on your spells, which is,